Real Talk by Samuel Romero. Welcome to the first episode of Real Talk. This is just an opportunity for me to use my beautiful Samsung Galaxy A53 phone that I have in my hands to communicate the message that is most needed to be communicated through a phone screen. This, what we have in our palms of our hands, this phone is the gateway to the world. And I'm using it to say what's on my mind, to speak what's on my mind, to speak into existence, to communicate love, respect, dignity, empathy, and the ethics of the Flip-Love philosophy, or just ethics, and just whatever you want to call them. The Gary V plushies. Shout out to Gary V. You gotta be passionate. You got so much time. If you are 22 years old, and if you want to get the life that you want, I love Gary, man. Shout out to Gary. Shout out to all the personal development gurus. Shout out to Life. Shout out to Trilla. Trilla Life. This is Trilla Life right now. Here on, I believe it's, let me check the date real quick, on my second phone. Because you can't go about this life with just one phone. You gotta have two at least. June 16th, Sunday, 2024. Happy Father's Day. Today's Father's Day, 2024. Happy Father's Day. What does it mean to be a father? It means sacrificing for people that you love. That's what it means to be a father. That's what it means to be a good father, to sacrifice. I think that's what it just comes down to. That's just all it comes down to, is just to be a good father. That's what it means to be a father. What it means to be a father is to be a good father. I'm preaching, man. I'm preaching. I'm preaching to the followers who follow me on YouTube. But guys, I want to be doing these videos too, on top of a lot of other videos that I'm going to be doing hopefully soon. But right now, the most feasible content that I thought of just recently is this kind of content, the content that I do on my phone. You know, this is the best kind of content that I can do. You know, just walking and talking and having some real chats, real discussions, real talk. And I think this is the best way I can communicate my message to the world right now, and to create some content on my YouTube channel. So let's start off from the beginning just quickly so you guys understand who I am. Because I always like introducing myself and reintroducing myself. My name is Sammy Romero, but everyone calls me Sammy. And I'm currently a fashion model, a business enthusiast, and a sales representative. I love business, I love to sell, and I think the person of who I am just boils down to those three things. Modeling fashion, as I always do, as I always look fresh, as I always try to look the best. The angle with the sun's a little bit better, so I'm gonna switch to the sun angle. And being a business enthusiast and being a sales rep. And I think those are the two. I thought a lot about what are the best ways to describe myself as a businessman, because at the end of the day you can break myself down as a businessman. I'm a businessman, with a little bit of that swag, like Grant Cardone says. Shout out to Grant Cardone too for teaching me what it takes to be successful in business, especially. And I invite you guys to go watch, if you guys get the chance, if you want to learn about business in a nutshell, just to be introduced to it, you guys gotta watch the Discovery Plus TV show called Undercover Billionaire, 90 Days to Build a $1 Million Business. Grant Cardone, the business guy, the Mr. 10X, this is 5X, but right now I need my other hand to hold my phone, so I can do 5X only right now. But Mr. 10X, which is both hands up, Grant Cardone, he's in that show, and he does that. He shows everyone what it takes to build a business in 90 days. And how you build a business in 90 days, to my next point of what I was trying to illustrate here, that he was explaining that in order to do it, you gotta have dignity. Okay, maybe I'm just getting confused. No, you gotta be persistent. You gotta have a dream. You gotta keep going forward to the goal line, pushing forward to the goal line. You gotta take action, take risk, and at the end of the day, it boils down to persistence, having a little bit of swag. Having some swag. And that's that message Grant Cardone told me really resonated with me. It really resonated with me, because I think what he was trying to say is basically having persistence and having charisma, riz, is what gets you to the next level. Basically, broken down into those two things: persistence and swag. In other words, charisma. And charisma and persistence are pretty much the two pillars, the two bedrocks, the bedrock of success and how you get success. Man, if you are persistent and you keep going and pushing forward, and on top of that you have charisma, the world is yours. The world is yours, man. Real talk. Real talk. And that's what Grant Cardone said in that 90 Days to a $1 Million Business Challenge on Discovery Plus. Guys, I recommend, if anybody out there who wants to be successful in business, I recommend, highly recommend you watch just that one episode of those three entrepreneurs. I believe it was 2 women that were working with him on the challenge, that were doing their own challenges in other states, and then Grant Cardone's challenge. And he was doing the $1 Million Challenge in 90 days in Pueblo, Colorado. And man, that show was inspiring. That show showed me, that episode, that series of Undercover Billionaire showed me that I can do it with just a little bit of swag, a little bit of persistence. And even it was said in a business movie of that movie called The Founder, which is McDonald's backstory, and of Ray Kroc, the guy who founded the franchise we all know and love called McDonald's. He said at the end of the movie, what does it take to be successful? It's not education. It's not money, it's not anything else. It's good old persistence, determination. Hard work will beat talent any day. Persistence. And I know I said that persistence is bedrock of success at one point on my Yurzign Media YouTube channel, when I was doing my Fliv Love podcasts. And and those videos are kind of really hard to do right now, you know, when you have limited content, limited context, and limited ideas, which is why I kind of pushed back that project. But that's a project. Yurzign Media is one of my aspiring media businesses that I want to pursue, that talks about spirituality, philosophy, and astrology. You know, and that's one of my goals. One of my goals and my dreams is to one day have a media agency channel that creates spirituality, astrology, and philosophy content. You know, but at the end of the day, guys, I'm basically just a guy who's just trying to make it. And it basically boils down for me in those three things. That's what I am. A fashion model, business enthusiast, and a sales rep. Because at the end of the day, I'm a salesman. I'm trying to sell what I got. I'm trying to sell myself. You know, that's what it takes to be successful. I gotta sell myself to other people. And at the end of the day, I'm selling my business. So, with that being said, that's who I am at the end of the day, a businessman. Trying to make a quick buck. But overall, guys, if you guys have a dream to be successful and to make money and to escape the 9-to-5 wage slavery, you know, I believe in all of you. You know, I believe that anyone can be successful. You just gotta be a running back. You gotta be a running back, and you gotta push through defenders. You gotta run through defenders. Anybody that's stopping your momentum, find a way to keep going. You know, you gotta find a way. And if you keep doing that, you're gonna end up having what you want. You just gotta make a goal, set that goal in perpetuity throughout the universe. Set that goal in the universe. Set it in stone. Make it your gospel. And yes, real talk requires background noise. So sorry about the dogs. To all the dogs, Drake, woof woof. But you know, make a goal. Make a goal for your life. Because that's what I did. That's what I did. I created a goal for myself. I set in stone an objective for myself. I wrote it down. And I remind myself each and every single day of that goal. And that's why I will achieve it. I will achieve my goal because I wrote it down and because I remind myself each and every single day of that goal. I run through defenders. I'm a running back. Just getting another yard closer to the touchdown. And at the end of the day, that's what you guys got to do. Whatever you want to do, man, I support it. As long as it's positive for yourself and others, as long as it's not hurting anybody ethically, and it's not unethical. I also recommend you guys study about ethics. You know, as I make my Yurzign Media content channel and my Yurzign Media channel that I so desire and that I want to do and want to create in the future and now, but right now I might have to take a break of Yurzign Media a little bit and focus on myself and my own personal goal. But when I'm in the position to foster and pioneer a media channel that delivers spirituality, astrology, and philosophy content, one of the things that I want to talk about is ethics. And that's a topic that I not only talked about in my Fliv Love Philosophy channel, videos on my Yurzign Media channel, but that's something that I talk about in my YouTube videos called Ethics Explained. And I will admit, Ethics Explained is pretty good content. I'm not gonna lie, but that's another content. Some content is hard to make, guys. It really is. It requires a lot of camera work. It requires an entire A29 studio. What's that movie company that makes movies? I forget. A53, something like that. Not the phone. No, it's like a A24, I think. I think that's the movie company that makes all those movies with Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems, Good Time, and like Bodies. That's definitely one interesting movie company. They make all kinds of outrageous movies. A lot of them are unethical. Anyways, guys, sometimes it's hard to make content. Sometimes you do need more equipment, like a professional movie studio. That's why it's hard for me to push out content. But like I said, you just gotta keep moving forward. And I'm gonna try to find ways to make content for you guys. I'm gonna try to do my best, hold my end of the bargain, keep my head up, and just keep running through defenders. Keep being a running back, getting as much yardage as possible. But one of the things that I want to do in my my media channels, one of my media channels that I'll create in the future and create content in the future, one of the content that I want to do is on ethics. Have your ethics right. There's one thing I also want to tell you guys. It's the reason I'm such a great motivating person, and the reason I resonate such good energy, and the reason I keep moving forward, and the reason I'm Sammy Romero, and the reason I'm Trilla, and the reason I'm my own person, and I'm my own identity and my own personality, and the reason I have goals, and the reason I'm such a positive, successful person. I have my ethics right. I have my ethics right. You got to get your ethics right. A wise man reminded me of that. you got to have your ethics. You got to get right with the Lord. You got to be a good person all around. You got to respect yourself and you got to respect others. You got to not take unkindly the words and the action that people put on you and communicate to you and transfer to you. You got to take things with a grain of salt and keep moving forward. You got to be a rubber band and bounce the negative back. And if people are giving you positive, you got to absorb that and give positivity back. Real talk. So today, guys, thank you for watching the first episode of Real Talk. And hopefully there's going to be more episodes like this in the future where I can just talk to you guys like this and have some real talk. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching me all these years. We're just getting started.